Good evening and welcome to your Thursday, July 31, 2025 edition of the Evening News. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Don't be deterred or demoralized, JAGDEO tells Afro-Guyanese in face of opposition attacks. President Ali announces engineering school for BERBICE. Citizens Bank cuts ties with candidates associated with Win Party. LINDEN teen gets 2 years for gun ammo possession. SURINAME, Guyana Inc. MOU to establish 3 Guyanas tourism initiative. And sister and brother-in-law of US-sanctioned MOHAMED are not WIN's candidates, while innocent Guyanese suffer the consequences, says JAGDEO. Now for the news in detail. We begin this evening's newscast with this report by Vanu Manikchand, who reports that General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Civic Bar JAGDEO has condemned the various opposition parties over their continuous attacks on Afro-Guyanese and young people who have either endorsed the PPPC or are seizing opportunities provided by the current administration to empower and uplift themselves.
It's happening to so many other young influencers and people who dare to freely, in a country where we celebrate free speech, to say, I'm supporting this party for the following reasons. This party will change overwhelmingly, you've seen it. And the people out there should not be bullied. Don't worry with the people who criticize you online. They're not gonna make no difference whatsoever. So don't be deterred or don't be demoralized by it.
That was General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party Bar JAGDEO calling out opposition parties such as the Partnership for National Unity and Alliance for Change for attacking Afro-Guyanese who are pursuing upliftment and supporting progress under the PPPC administration. He said the opposition parties are beating down young Afro-Guyanese men who are trying to make something of their lives.
They want to force people to go back to groupthink. Never mind, group thinking doesn't help them. So they must ignore the lack of plan, the lack of achievement that APNU has, no credible leadership, but just vote for them blindly because of race once again. And if people dare break out from that mold, then they are upset with them. So they put a group of people to say the vilest things about them. They believe they can beat people back into submission to using this racist ideology. You're selling out, you're slave, whatever else, back again. In this time when we're celebrating emancipation.
According to JAGDEO, unlike the previous coalition regime which neglected many segments of Guyanese, the PPP is committed to the empowerment of all Guyanese, including young Afro-Guyanese.
And many people have come to the PPP because they say performance matters. It seems as though APNU only around elections remember that people are Afro-Guyanese when they need votes. Then they remember their concerns. Then they talk about youth and empowerment of communities. We're talking about Afro-Guyanese today. How many of them had any contract under APNU? There are thousands upon thousands of people who are working now through many contracts and making money on these contracts. But he's worried that they would pledge loyalty to the PPP because of the contracts. But we've empowered. We see this as empowering people. Of course, we'd love them to vote for the PPP based on performance and their own empowerment.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
Let's now tell you that Citizens Bank Limited has joined other commercial banks to cut ties with candidates of the We Invest in Nationhood political party, which was established by United States-sanctioned businessman Azruddin Mohammed. Already, Demerara Bank Limited and the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry have shut down the accounts of several candidates to ensure their respective institutions comply with regulations of the international financial sector as it relates to sanctioned individuals. In 2024, the Department of Treasury's Office of Foreign Assets Control announced that it sanctioned Nazar Mohammed and his son Azruddin Mohammed, as well as several of their companies. Former Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs, May Thomas, who was also sanctioned by OFAC, also had her accounts at Republic Bank Limited and Citizens Bank Limited closed. OFAC sanctions are economic and trade sanctions imposed by the U.S. Department of the Treasury. These sanctions target specific foreign countries, regimes, individuals, and entities deemed to pose a threat to U.S. national security, foreign policy, or economy. OFAC sanctions can involve blocking assets, trade restrictions, and prohibitions on certain financial transactions. Failure to take action could put local financial institutions at risk of losing their correspondent banking relations, and more so their ability to trade and conduct business with overseas banks. Meanwhile, in light of this recent development, Dr. JAGDEO pointed out that the sister and brother-in-law Hannah and Max Dmitriev of the businessman have withheld their names from the list of candidates of his political party, We Invest in Nationhood. As such, he reasoned that they did not put their names on the list in order to protect themselves from the consequences of being officially associated with a U.S.-sanctioned individual. On the other hand, innocent Guyanese whose names are on the list are now facing the consequences. Here's what JAGDEO had to say on the matter.
When they were supporting him, there was different. Now they're part of a formal organization headed by a U.S.-sanctioned individual. The banks have no choice whatsoever, or else they would lose their business with the U.S. That's the end of the banks. All of those people, the poor people who join his list, now they would not be able to have a bank account because no other bank will open an account. If you get closed across the system, you can't open a bank account. Again, how are they going to conduct their business? So a lot of people now on their list would lose their account. And I feel sad for those people too, because many of them maybe have listened to the nonsense they tell them, oh, it's going to be lifted, the U.S. Or is PPP doing it, and put their names down there. I'm sorry for those people, because now they and their families would be in trouble, and he would laugh at the misery again. You notice his sister and brother-in-law, they didn't give up their U.S. citizenship. They're not on his list. They're every day in the media running all kind of commentary, cussing everybody under the sun. But they don't want to run afoul of the U.S. Notice, poor, unsuspecting people now would face the consequences again. This guy loves to include others in his misery.
Here is Andrew Carmichael, who reports that President Dr. Eran Ali has announced that there will be more educational opportunities for residents of BERBICE, announcing an engineering school to be established in Region 6 once the PPP is re-elected for a second term. Our BERBICE correspondent Andrew Carmichael was there when the announcement was made and reports that the President also alluded to equal opportunities for all regardless of a person's background or geographical location.
There will be equal opportunities for all Guyanese was echoed by President Dr. Eran Ali. The head of state committed that during his next term in office under the People's Progressive Party civic government, all Guyanese will have the same opportunities for development regardless of their background or geographical location. Addressing a rally at Rose Hall Town Quarantine in Region 6 on Wednesday, President Ali said there was once a time when some dreams were too big for us to contemplate.
That is why today, any teacher from BERBICE can become a trained teacher and a trained graduate teacher right here. That is why today, the son of a cane harvester and the son of a doctor can have the same future because because we are giving them the same opportunity. That is why today, a young girl from Blackbush or a young boy from New Amsterdam can dream equally because they know they have a government that will realize that. That is why today, any young person wanting to do a law degree, wanting to do a medical degree, pharmacy, engineering, all of these things, you can do it now because we will pay for it.
Alluding to the fact that the government has been providing free training at all levels, President Ali noted that more than 40,000 young Guyanese have already benefited from the government's Guyana Online Academy of Learning Gold Scholarship Program, while another 70 have been trained in various fields, equipping them to contribute to the national development of Guyana.
Any person here who wants to be a nurse, we will train you free of cost. We will give you a stipend while we train you, and we guarantee you employment. Any person wanting to be an engineer, today we can't produce enough engineers for the pace of development that is taking place in our country.
President Ali noted that while education is being provided at no cost to individuals, the government is focusing on the bigger picture. Giving an example of this, he pointed out that the PPPC government has been placing more emphasis on young persons than ever before.
There was a time in this country when the criteria to get in a management position in the public service was that you have to be old enough, closer to 60. Today, the entire middle management of the public service are all young people, young Guyanese.
He did not stop short of reminding of the achievements realized under his administration, but said there is much more in store for Berbicians during his next term in government. Among these will be an engineering school to be established in Region 6.
The School of Engineering must come to Berbice so your children can do mechanical, civil, electrical, or any degree in engineering right here in Berbice.
Speaking specifically about Rose Hall Town, President Ali promised proper sanitation facilities to ensure proper disposal of solid waste. On the wider spectrum, President Ali, who is seeking a second term in office, pointed out that during his next 5 years, investment will see all Guyanese becoming homeowners. The president also reminded that residents of Region 6 will enjoy the same benefits as persons in other parts of the country, as he urged persons to support him at the September 1 poll.
That is the future I'm talking to you about.
For the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
Coming up, GCCI to support 50 small businesses for National Small Business Week, and rich African cultural heritage on exhibition along Main Street. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
In today's tough driving conditions, every engine faces three powerful enemies: engine heat, pollutants, and frequent short trips. Each factor is a direct cause of engine sludge, a buildup of dirt that can block vital oilways. This triple threat demands triple protection. Castrol GTX's Triple Protect Power is engineered to fight these three main causes of engine sludge.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. President Dr. Eran Ali has made it clear that he would not be accepting any excuses when it comes to fully staffing the new hospitals and other medical facilities that are being built across the country. Vanu Manikchand has the details in this report.
Speaking at the commissioning of the newly constructed 6.6 billion Bath Regional Hospital in Region 5 on Wednesday, President Dr. Eran Ali pointed out that there are human resources gaps in the local medical field, like many other sectors, that needs to be fixed in the short term as Guyana trains its own cohort of medical professionals.
I have mandated the Minister of Health to ensure that we bring in every single skill that is needed in this short and medium term. Whatever skill level, he has the authority to bring that skill level, because I do not want to hear that we don't have the doctors, the nurses, the lab technicians, or anyone at these hospitals to provide quality care.
According to President Ali, he will not be accepting any excuses from Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony and Permanent Secretary at the Health Ministry Malcolm Watkins when it comes to adequately staffing these medical facilities.
And I'll say it publicly, the Permanent Secretary and the Minister, they are responsible for this. And they have absolutely no excuse, because I've given the minister full authority to have this done.
Only recently, a Delhi-based recruitment firm, Ansari Manpower Overseas Consultant, published an advertisement inviting male and female nurses in India to work at government hospitals in Guyana.
We are making too much investment to accept any level of service that is below par. And this is not about the government. This is about the people. They deserve the best that we are investing in for them.
Similarly, the head of state warned of consequences if the digitization work is not completed at the Materials Management Unit at the Ministry of Health, which is responsible for the procurement, storage, and distribution of medical supplies and equipment across the country.
The digitization of our Materials Management Unit, if it's not done by this year end, then some people will have to find a new road to walk on. Because I've mandated that we must have a modern, tech-driven Materials Management Unit. The government is spending on having the drugs and medical supply. I don't want to hear that it's not available. The days for that is coming to an end, and coming to an end quickly.
Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
Ahead of the National Small Business Week 2025, set to run from August 4 to 9, the GCCI will lend support to some 50 small businesses across the country, with critical support through consultations, advisory services, and capacity-building initiatives aimed at strengthening their operations and boosting their growth potential under the theme, Building a Sustainable Future for SMEs. Michael Henry has more in this report.
Some 50 businesses are expected to benefit from consultations, advisory services, and other forms of support during the National Small Business Week 2025. The event is set to feature seminars, workshops, and an exposition. NSBW is an annual initiative aimed at strengthening the capacity of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises to enhance their operations and optimize performance. This year's National Small Business Week is sponsored by Brava Business Solutions, Century Tamara Logistics Services, Inc., Asuria Inc., and the Society Against Sexual Orientation Discrimination, among others. Speaking at a press briefing to announce the support, organizers emphasized that the event is intended to support the growth and sustainability of small businesses across the country.
This year we have decided on the theme Building Sustainable Future for MSMEs. And it was quite easy for us to come up with that theme because we have observed over the years the advocacy work of the Chamber have really landed on the ears of people who want to support small businesses. So we are seeing different programs that are coming out to support small businesses, to make business easy for them. And hence what we want to do as they're accessing all those opportunities, we want to show them a way as to how they can sustain their businesses.
In fact, she pointed out that through this program, specific areas such as cybercrime, among others, are being targeted for training and education.
Of course, we'll have a formal session, and then we would have a few seminar topics being discussed while the expo is happening. So some of the topics that will be discussed is cybersecurity, smart financing, growing your business, building sustainable businesses. And at that seminar, we have quite a few individuals who have been supporting the work of small businesses for over 30 years, some 20 years, 25 years, and we're happy that they would take the time out to be there to support us.
Meanwhile, each entity will be required to pay an admission fee to attend the various seminars, and according to IDB's consultant, Jared Kisoon, small business owners should view the payment fee as an investment, noting that it will open doors to properly capitalize on available opportunities. He added that the basis of the consultations will not be structured around simply supplying services, but rather on providing the guidance that businesses need in order to excel.
It's about expanding the private sector at the SME level, because at the end of it, all of us benefit, right? If we've got better businesses to work with and people are more equipped to run better businesses, everybody at the end of the day benefits. We're very much asking small businesses to take advantage of these opportunities that are being placed in front of them, and they should not consider, the $15,000 entrance fee for the Small Business Week. Don't consider it a cost. It's an investment, and you're investing in yourself and you're investing in your business. The type of opportunities that will open up for you just participating in opportunities like the Small Business Week, engaging with the business support desk, these are networking opportunities, mentoring opportunities that you otherwise would not have gotten. And while we understand that it is difficult sometimes to take time away from your business because you are operating as a small business, you're probably the main operator, and that means probably lost production or lost sales. You need to look at it in terms of an investment in yourself and your business.
Michael Henry, The Evening News.
In a significant milestone for regional tourism development, the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana and the Suriname Hotel and Tourism Association on Thursday signed a Memorandum of Understanding to establish the Three Guyanas Tourism Initiative. Bisham Mohammed has the details.
The agreement is aimed at deepening bilateral cooperation between the two South American neighbors and lay the groundwork for a broader Three Guyanas tourism collaboration involving French Guyana. Delivering the opening remarks, Suriname's ambassador to Guyana, Lizelle Blankendal, hailed the agreement as a symbol of a shared commitment to unlock the true potential of cross-border tourism between two nations.
This signing of the MOU not only signifies the strengthening of the bilateral ties, but we are opening also new doors, new opportunities for our people, our cultures, and of course for our economies. Tourism is not just only a product. It's something, especially Suriname and Guyana, that we can showcase. It's one of the most vibrant riches between nations. It brings people together. It creates job opportunities, it supports local businesses, and it fosters people-to-people connection. The signing of this MOU is not only an agreement, it's a shared commitment to unlock the untapped potential of cross-border tourism between our two nations.
The agreement outlines collaboration on several key areas, including marketing, product development, guide training, and ease of travel, particularly addressing current logistical challenges such as the ferry system between the two countries. Both associations also commit to jointly promoting the three Guyanas, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana initiative as a unified and unique multi-destination travel experience. THAC President Mitra Ramkumar underscored the importance of moving from talk to action.
I could say with confidence that both sides have a very strong passion for developing tourism industry in the region. And so while we have a signed agreement, I believe we have much more than that. In the essence, we have people who are 100, maybe 200% committed to this industry. And what we want to see is the blossoming and us really achieving the true potential. For too long, we have been hearing of our potential, and it's now time for us to unleash this. I think we are in a relatively strong position, both countries, and it is time for us to unleash this potential.
Ramkumar pointed to the world travel market as an opportunity for the three Guyanas to exhibit collectively rather than individually to attract more visitors interested in diverse yet connected cultural and ecological experiences. A major component of the cooperation involves human resource development, particularly guide training and hospitality education. Ramkumar noted that Suriname currently has a hospitality institute, while Guyana is in the process of developing its own. Chairman of the Suriname Hotel and Tourism Association, Egon von Weidel, echoed the sentiments, stressing that regional cooperation is the future of tourism in South America.
Like 2 or 3 months ago, when we took over charter in Suriname, it was clear to us that it's the three Guyanas that will make the difference. So we will promote, market, and work together as three Guyanas. But first of all, I would like to thank Guyana, and I'd like to thank THAC and God for your kind hospitality. We will leave today with a heart in here of Guyana and you. We love you dearly, and it means a lot to us. Working together will be the future. I think the future of tourism in the region will be a joint working together.
He further highlighted the need to build tourism for the next generation. Meanwhile, GTA Director Kamral Bash emphasized the importance of strong public-private partnerships as the bedrock for tourism development. He reported a consistent rise in the visitors' arrival and flights between the two countries, reflecting the growing interest in bilateral travels. The MOU, he noted, will further strengthen joint itineraries and expand marketing reach. Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
19-year-old Ricardo Simon Paul of Central Amelia's ward, Linden, was on Thursday sentenced to 2 years imprisonment after pleading guilty to unlawful possession of gun and ammunition. The teen was arrested on Tuesday during a police operation and was charged by the police on Wednesday with the offense of unlawful possession of firearm without license. However, he appeared before Magistrate Devindranath Singh at the Linden Magistrates Court on Thursday, during which the charge was read to him. Paul pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 24 months in prison. Draped in vibrant fabrics echoing the rhythms of ancestral drums and proudly representing their heritage, several individuals hailing directly from Africa brought Main Street to life with a stunning cultural exposition in celebration of emancipation. Michael Henry visited the exhibition and filed this report.
African culture took over Main Street as scores of people lined Main Street, Georgetown to showcase their talents in preparing traditional African foods, clothes, and arts and craft. The Evening News visited the exhibition and spoke with several exhibitors and vendors who brought the spirit of the continent to life through their displays. One exhibitor proudly showcased authentic products and materials commonly used in Nigeria, giving passers-by a taste of African heritage firsthand.
These are black soap, organic black soap. There is no chemical on it, right? And if you see this is what they call tiger nut. It's good to boost your immune system. And this is what they call black pepper, right? And this is what they call alligator pepper, right? And I already explained to you, this is a horse tail, right?
What is the horse tail for?
These are for occasions like this. To
as a style?
Yeah, as a style.
Meanwhile, speaking while dressed in a dashiki, one exhibitor highlighted that the practices and spirit of emancipation should continue even after the celebrations have ended.
I wish emancipation will come every month. I wish it to be coming every month because it's a time of good experience. You know, you see certain things, you see people from other countries, not even only Guyanese, you know, coming here for emancipation. During emancipation, you know, they have crowd, people come shopping from one thing to another, and after emancipation, we go back to the normal, you know, life and normal, you know, the way of life or something like that because things doesn't move the way it moved during emancipation.
Meanwhile, African foods and other delicacies were not left out as two standout vendors stole the show by demonstrating the step-by-step process of preparing authentic African-style dishes.
My name is Urani Tishmaker, all the way from Bourne to the west side.
And what African foods are you showcasing here today?
We have in conky and pone. I had pepper pot and bread this morning, but it's finished. And late in the day, the metem is coming and cook up with fried fish, yes.
So tell me about the process to making this conky and pone. I don't know. Tell me how to make these foods.
The conky, you get the coconut grate, you get your cornmeal and your spice shop with your little, you know, knickknacks and thing, and you wrap it and you put it in the water, let it boil, and you get your conky. Like tomorrow, we're going in the park. With the metem, the pepper pot, the pork pepper.
So today is just the start?
No, we start 3 weeks now. Okay, right. Yes. So today now is the last here, and then we're going in the park tomorrow.
Can you tell me your name?
Okay, my name is Patricia Helwig.
And what special foods are you showcasing here for the Guyanese public?
Today, what I'm doing, I have some conky, I have some pone, and I did some coconut buns. I also did some cook-up rice with fried fish. Right now for the pone, I know persons might want to know about the pone. It's the cassava pone I did, right? And the ingredients for that, it's cassava, coconut, and your spices, right? You must have some black pepper, some ginger, some sugar, some essence, some cinnamon, and some nutmeg. You grate your coconut, you grate your cassava, you put them together, then you add your different spices. I can't come out here if I don't have it. You know, even though I'm tired, I had to do it. So it's deep for me. It's a deep, nice feeling. I enjoy doing it.
Emancipation! Michael Henry, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Friday, August 1 at 22 hours 15 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the BERBICE River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 8 hours 40 on Friday, August 1, 2025 for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, starting midnight on August 1, the BERBICE River Bridge, Wisma Mackenzie River Bridge, and the Demerara River Bridge will be toll-free.
Couchman leads Junior Chess Championship qualifiers, and West Indies seek redemption against Pakistan with 4 changes to squad. These stories and more coming up in this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
It's Building Expo and Cricket Carnival time, and MacCorp is knocking prices out of the park. Get the powerful Cat 320GX for just 30 million, the SEM 655D wheel loader at 17.4 million, or the SEM 636D wheel loaded for only 13.8 million. Each machine comes with free fuel warranty registration, 2 years warranty, and a customer value agreement for the first 500 hours. Don't wait. Register your interest now at MacCorpCat.com or call us today on 703-8618. MacCorp, let's build Guyana together.
You know, I've been thinking, since I moved over to the west side, this is the perfect location for put up a food stand.
Put up food stand here?
Yes, Officer Bling.
No, Granny, you can't put up no food stand here.
Why not?
Because the gas to energy pipeline.
Gas to energy? Why is that?
They can bring gas from offshore to region 3 that can turn into electricity and other things.
So what about if Granny put it up over there?
No, Granny, listen. This whole area here, from here to the West Bank, is considered the right of way. So nobody can build, plant, dig, or burn nothing here.
But what if I am?
No buts, Granny. Listen, you could get yourself or others hurt. Watch, you see this number here? You call it if you see anybody doing anything out of the way or doing anything they're supposed to be doing, like building, digging, or burning stuff on the right of way.
All right, grandson, I hear you.
Welcome back to this evening's Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp. Kyle Couchman once again proved himself to be a force to be reckoned with as he triumphantly won the Rogue Salon and Spa-sponsored National Junior Chess Championship qualifiers on Tuesday. Hosted at the Guyana National Stadium, Providence, Couchman played unbeaten with 7 points in as many rounds. 15-year-old Sachin Pitambar came in a close second with 6 points, his only loss coming to Couchman, while Nicholas Zhang, no stranger to the chessboard, placed third with 5.5 points. As Micah Eno completed the top 4 with 5 points, the likes of Gerard Roberts, women's candidate master Aditi Joshi, Machu Singh, and 11-year-old Aquiliani Swaminathan and Alexander Zhang completed the top 9. Those 9 players will challenge reigning champion Ricardo Narain for the national junior title. In addition, category winners Maya Khan secured the Best Under 8 prize, Veer Narain won the Best Under 10 prize, and Aquiliani Swaminathan took home the Best Under 12 medal. Later this evening, West Indies' T20 team will embark on a 3-match T20 international series against Pakistan in search of redemption after a whitewash at home by the Australians earlier this week. As such, the team will see 4 changes. Here are the details. Starting tonight, West Indies will face off against visitors Pakistan in a 3-match T20